Watch what God said was going to happen to the Israelites in the last days.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 26. I said I would scatter them into corners.
God said he was going to scatter us into corners. All over the four corners of the earth we'd be scattered. That's why you can find a so-called Mexican in Cuba, and he called himself a Cuban. Look just like you. You can go to Panama, and it's Mexicans over there. Look just like you. I can go to the Dominican Republic and find a black man there and look just like me. But he speak full Spanish. You get what I'm saying? Because we scattered into corners. Read.
I said I would scatter them into corners.
God said he was going to scatter us into all four corners of the earth. Read.
I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
The remembrance of your true nationality would cease from among mankind. So nowadays, here we are in 2021, nobody on the planet knows who the Israelites are. Nobody knows that you God's chosen people. Nobody knows that this earth is your heritage. And you're supposed to inherit everything in it. Nobody knows that the black man and the Hispanic man and the Native American man are the rulers of the earth.
That's right.
That their remembrance has ceased. But how has it happened? Keep reading.
Have ceased from among men. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely.
Now that your adversaries behave themselves strangely with you. You walking around here thinking that you the real nigga, when God called you the Israelites.
That's right.
And when the adversaries see that, he's like, look how destroyed we got God's chosen people. God's chosen people. Hey, I tell you the truth right now is the reason that we sell drugs is because we broke. And we don't know no other way. The reason that we do drugs is because we're depressed. And we don't have no other outlet. So we sell drugs, we do drugs, we get high just to get by. But guess what? A king don't need to do no damn drugs. He got too much business to handle. He got countries he got enemies to destroy. His body too precious. A warrior can't smoke a cigarette because he got to fight the next day. And the other nations is strong. We need strong bodies. Hey, guess what? When the first thing you do when you go to jail is you start hitting push-ups. You start hitting your push-ups because you don't know what's finna crack off. In that same sense, if you knew you had enemies, you would treat your body different. Right? What's your name? You said Poop? What's going on, bro? So we out here showing our people what's going on with us. How did we get down to this lower state? Right? Was it just by accident? No, it was not. We broke God's laws and God said, fine. I put you on top, gave you everything. You don't want to listen to me. Now you got to serve your enemies. Give me Psalms 83. Everything gonna make sense. All you gotta do is have a willing ear. It'll make sense, right? Watch this. Psalms 83 gonna tell us exactly what happened to us as a people.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
So poof. God, we're just reading in the Bible, right? It said God's enemies make a tumult. You know what a tumult is? No? Y'all know what a tumult is? A tumult is an angry gathering, right? That's like a mob. So when they burn Rosewood, all the white people gathered together and said, oh, that nigga down there got a piano. And they hyped themselves up and went down and took over the city. It said the enemies of God made a tumult, an angry gathering. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
The people that hate God have lifted up their head. When you lift up your head, you what? You prideful. When you have, like a dog, when he wag his tail, he happy. You know what I'm saying? When his ears droop, he's sad. When he tuck his tail, he's scared. The same thing with your countenance. When your how's my countenance? What's your name, sis? Okay, so my countenance, right? It tells me everything about how I'm feeling, my body language. So when my head is low, I'm sad and depressed, right? But when my head is high, I'm proud. So what happened with our enemies, they made it tumult and became proud. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So the top of the verse said God has enemies on the earth. They made a tumult and took crafty counsel against God's chosen people, right? Read on.
They have said, They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones.
They took a counsel or a meeting against God's hidden people. Right? Read on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So let us cut them off from being a nation. This is what God telling you has happened, right? So I want to explain that a little bit more. There's a people on the earth that hate God and they hate God's people. And they have these secret meetings on how to keep them away from their nationality, right? So first thing I have to do in this meeting, so you don't know your true God-given nationality, I have to take your mother tongue away. Your true language, I have to take that away. Then you will forget your nationality, right? I have to take your last name off you, right? This is how you hide a people. You got to take their last name. You got to take their tongue away from them. You got to take their God away from them, their original God. And now when they don't have any language, they don't have any God, they don't have a land, they have no choice but to seek unto the slave master for everything. Now I have them in perfect situation to tell them whatever the hell I want to tell them. So guess what? We're going to have a secret meeting. Say, what are we going to call these Israelites? Let's call them Negroes. Let's call them niggas. Let's call them colored. They don't like those words anymore, Johnson. They're getting angry. Let's call them African American now. Oh, that'll ease them, right? And in that crafty counsel, how about this? They're doing so good at Black Wall Street. They have businesses, they have churches. So how are we gonna destroy that, Johnson? Let's take all the steel mills out of the neighborhoods and put them in Japan, huh? Let's take the auto body shops out of the neighborhoods and everything that they've accrued. Let's burn it down. Now they have to come to us, Johnson. Right? God said your enemy's gonna take crafty counsel against you. Right? Hey, here's some more crafty counsel, Johnson. They're not killing each other fast enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put guns in Oak Park, and I'm gonna put drugs and money in the Heights, and I'm gonna just sit in the middle and watch them kill each other. That's some crafty counsel, Johnson. Now they can't blame us. They're killing themselves. That's called crafty counsel. Here goes some more crafty counsel. Let's teach them that Jesus is white, that their God is a white man, huh? And now they think that everything good is white, and they think everything evil is black. Oh, they'll kill each other then, Johnson. That's called crafty counsel. Read it again, Psalms 83. Now the Bible making sense. That's how we got here at the bottom of society. The enemy's been making crafty counsel, and we've been stepping in every single trap that they set for us anytime they want to. Watch this.
Psalm chapter 83 and verse 3. They are taking crafty counsel against thy people.
It's an enemy that hate God that took crafty counsel against the Israelites. Read.
They have consulted against thine hidden ones.
They had a big old meeting against the hidden ones. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
We got to cut God's chosen people off from being a nationality of people. So now that they don't know that the Israelites, they'll pick up Crip. They'll pick up blood. They'll pick up Vice Lord. They'll pick up gangster disciples and not knowing they the same damn people. And they got real enemies out here that's killing you with GMOs. They're trying to stick a shot in your arm for free. Trying to kill you with all these foods. Trying to kill you with all these medicines. Right? That's called crafty counsel. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel.
No, that's the name of nigga.
That the name of Israel.
African American.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Not one black or Hispanic person walking up and down the street know that they the Israelites according to God.
Bring it out.
We are God's chosen people. Let me show you how God feel about you. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Let's see how God feel about us and how we turn this thing around.
Bring it
because
out.
God can't wait for you to turn this thing around.
That's right.
Christ is waiting for you to get right so he can stomp these other nations. He waiting on you to get right. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. And thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God said you are holy people unto himself. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
God said you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is a special people unto himself.
Above all people.
No, equal to.
Above all people.
No, underneath.
Above all people.
God said you above all the people, read.
That are upon the face of the earth.
So whether you like it or not, God said you better than the East Indian man. You better than the Chinese man. If we better than the Chinese woman, what the hell is my sisters going to the beauty supply store buying their goddamn hair?
Right.
When God said your hair is the best hair, He said you better than them. Why are we doing these things? Right? Read on. Matter of fact, go to Proverbs 3 and 31. Because we got to stop envying our oppressors.
Bring it
We got to stop that. We got to come back to our nationality.
That's right. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 1. Chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
God told us don't envy our oppressors. Because guess what? Back then, it was the height of Greek fashion. And we was doing everything the Greeks did. But nowadays, it's the height of Babylonian fashion. It's the height of American fashion. Everybody want to wear a three-piece suit like the white man. Everybody wants stringy dog hair like the white woman. But God got a woolly afro. That's the best hair in the Bible, right? Now I want to show you something, sis, right? You believe in the Bible, correct? You don't. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And I ain't even mad at you.
I believe there's truth in it, but
Right.
no.
Right. And God knew you was going to say that. And me as a good messenger, I'm going to show you what He said. So this is how you know, because you're going to do your research, right? You're going to do your research. This is how we know the Bible is real for 100% fact, right? Give me Deuteronomy 18 and 21. You know you believe in a creator, right? Okay. So one God, right? That's what we believe, right? Now there's the Quran, right? They preach about one God, right? They got Buddha out there. It's all these different religions. And God knew that was going to happen, so He had this put in His Bible. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 21. If thou say in thine heart.
The heart in the Bible is the mind. Give me that Mark 7:21, just real quick so you know I ain't twisting that. Right? So if you say in your heart, because your heart don't speak to you. It just pump blood. So I'm just proving what I'm saying real quick, right?
Teach him, man. The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
Evil what?
Evil thoughts.
So out of your heart comes thoughts. Thoughts, right? So go back.
Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and 21. If thou shalt say in thine heart.
If you say in your mind.
If thou shalt say in thy heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord have not spoken?
How are we going to know which is the true word, right? You got Islam out there. You got Kabbalah out there. You got all kind of religions out there. How are we going to know which is the right one? There's a lot of confusion going on, right? Read what you got.
How shall you know the word which the Lord have not spoken?
There's so many books out there. How are we going to know which one is the real one? Read.
When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord.
If you read in a book and they claim to be God's book, or a prophet say that this is what God said, right? If you're looking in the Quran, the ISIS papers, or whatever you can find out here, read.
If the thing follow not,
if the thing don't happen which is written in that book, meaning there's no prophecy in it. If there's no prophecy in that book, read.
Nor come to pass,
and it don't happen. Somebody, let's say in 2 minutes a dog gonna run across the street. And if that don't happen, that means God didn't say that. You made that up out your own mouth, right? Read on.
That is the thing which the Lord have not spoken.
That's what God didn't say. Now on the flip side, God is full of prophecies, right? He said, you're going to know me because I put prophecy in my book. I stake my name on it. So everything that I say is going to happen. Go to Isaiah 46 and 9. So this is how we know for 100% fact that the Bible is real. This is how we know. They stole it from you, and now they claim it for themselves and tell you it's a fairy tale. But it's a book of laws and prophecies. That's all this book is. Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 9. Remember the former things of old.
Remember your past, sis.
For I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me.
There's no other like me. Ain't no Allah. Ain't no such thing as no Buddha. Ain't no other God like me, the one, the heaven of earth. It's one Most High, and He gonna declare it. Watch.
Declaring the end from the beginning.
The real Most High declares the end from the beginning. So everything that's gonna happen in your black history, or your Hispanic history, or your Native American history, God already wrote about it, right? So give me Zechariah 11 and 5. We're talking about out here. What's the name? Oscar Grant, right? He was killed out here. One of our brothers out here in Sacramento.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And guess what?
Stephon Clark.
Stephon Clark was here.
Yeah.
Right? Then we got Oscar Grant. Right? In Oakland. Who else we got? We got Trayvon Martin.
Philando Castile.
George Floyd. Philando Castile. Right? And all these people go to court for killing us. And then what happens in the trial, sis? What happens? Not guilty, right? Now God said, I declared the end from the beginning. Only a true God could do that. Let's read about what God said 3,000 years ago. Watch this.
Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
The people that possess you put their last name on you. They kill you on camera, right?
And hold themselves not guilty.
What they do?
Hold themselves not guilty.
Now, that prophecy, do we fit it today? Did it come to pass? Now I challenge you. You got our flyer, right? I'm open to it. 2 weeks from now, you call me and give me a prophecy that happened to our people in any other book. Google it. Ain't no other God on this planet got prophecy in this Bible, in their so-called word of God, right? Now give me Leviticus 26 and 17, and then you just tell me, right? We're gonna read some more prophecy. You tell me if they happen or not, right?
I gotta head out though, brothers.
You're going to do your research so after you hear this, right? Because I'm telling you, God telling you that you're an Israelite according to the Bible. Right. You didn't believe the Bible before you walked up, and that's okay, because they told a lot of lies about it. But we out here reading the truth, and it just makes it seem like, wait a minute, our people is killing us, or people killing us on camera and holding themselves not guilty. Right? Now watch this prophecy. Watch this.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 17. And I will set my face against you.
God said, I'm going to set my face against you as a people. Read.
And ye shall be slain before your enemies.
You're going to be what?
Slain before your enemies.
So guess what? In slavery, they're going to slay you in front of your enemies. They're going to hang you up on trees. When you run, they're going to chop your foot off. And they're going to kill you on camera. And they're going to hold themselves not guilty. God wrote this about this over 3,000 years ago. Read.
They that hate you.
The people that hate you. Don't you got to hate the people to kidnap the children and separate them from the mother and castrate the men and rape the women? Don't you got to hate the people to do that? Feed them the scraps, right? Take their nationality away from them. They don't know who they are walking around here shooting and killing each other when they got their history right here in this Bible and won't tell you who you are. You got to hate the people for that. Read.
Right.
And they that hate you shall reign over you.
Don't that people rule over you? Ain't they your governors, your presidents, your principals, right? They're your police, they're your firemen, they're your chiefs, they're your executives. You get what I'm saying? God declared this over 3,000 years ago. Only a true God can do that. You get what I'm saying? Give me 1 Kings 8:47. Watch all this prophecy in this Bible. God's saying, guess what? My Bible is real. I'm the true God, and the only way you're going to know it is if it's prophecy in the Word. And we just read you 3 things. That's a whole big old book. It's way more prophecy, but I'll be here all day reading you prophecies that fit us. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But watch this.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8 and verse 47. Yet, if they shall bethink themselves.
So God said, my people going to forget who they are. But if they remember who they are in the last days, right?
Shall bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captive.
So what people on the planet is in the land where they was carried slaves to and don't know who the hell they are? That only happened to one people and one people only. The Israelites with 12 different tribes. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? That happened to us. And God said it's going to happen 3,000 years ago. You was going to be in a land that you don't know and you're going to forget your nationality. But if you remember who you are in that land, read.
And repent.
Now you got to repent. You got to remember, hey, I'm not no Negro. I'm not no Negress. I'm an Israelite. In the land of America where I was a slave at. Read.
And make supplication unto thee.
Now I got to repent to God and start to pray to him. But God don't hear sinners. Read.
In the land of them that carried them captive.
Where you got to do it?
In the land where them that they were carried them captive.
Ain't no other people on the planet in a land where they was carried captive and don't know who they are. God is talking to you specifically. Read.
Saying, we have sinned.
Now we got to acknowledge what sins we did. Read.
And have done perversely. We have committed wickedness. And so return unto thee.
Now we got to return unto God. Read.
With all their heart.
Knowing that this is God, because a lot of people believe in one God. A lot of people believe in the Most High and a Creator, but end up worshiping the creation more than the actual Creator. You get what I'm saying? God is staking his claim. He said, I challenge anybody. Open up their book and see if it's one prophecy in there. I'll wait. You can call me in a month and I'll wait. Ain't no prophecy in nothing else except this Bible.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.